EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Now this will be a return from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Set.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. Faking the give. Now Watson. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some room to run now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. Throw left side complete. That's Ali. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Give him 30 yards there.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their own 16.
Gotta go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
11-90.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The end result, 21 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick six, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Burrow on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a Bengal first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
11 MP, take 11 and 12, 12.
And Burrow going to throw again. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. Third down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately, so he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. And they go play action now. Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
Here we go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go.
The offense on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 19. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Hayes. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 21. Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete. The Bengals at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now. And this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut? Touchdown! A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Bengals are back within a score. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And that one makes it 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces, because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
From the 50, it's Watson. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let it just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 26. Watson looks to throw again. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Isaiah Pacheco with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Gun.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
12. 11 MT. 11. 11 mighty. 11 MT tank. 11 MT tank.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
12.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
11.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Again, it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hayes. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. Burrow will throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there. That was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always...
This is caught at the 20. A big play there for Cincinnati. 62 yards. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but got to put those doubts to rest right there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that throw... Wow, 72 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. From the 16, Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you can easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even give up a defensive touchdown.
And they are going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Watson off play action. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
On 1, right?
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now it's Burrow. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Here we go.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, we gotta go score. Let's go. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
12. Stop.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Martin Emerson in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Faking the give. Now Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Ali. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Off of play action, it's Watson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Pacheco with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by York is up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
On 2.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Well, yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a...
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Bengals get a bit closer. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Now it's Watson. Throwing left side, it's complete. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. To throw is Watson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the red zone now, Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point by York is up and good. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
11.
After the sack on first down, Burrow. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle.
Here we go. 11 MT. 11 mighty.
Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I looked down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
First down. Here's Burrow. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the back here just past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now a first down throw, Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last two snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 27. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
To throw on second and 10, Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Watson on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On first and 10, Watson. His throw incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because Who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the Bengals 14-yard line.
Throwing now, Watson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
11.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing second.
They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On third down, Burrow. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Over the middle to Beckham. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
12, 12, 12.
19 yards. That's good for a Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11.
On first and 10, Joe Burrow. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
A final shot now for Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense